lie, Frank. I told you this before. We still do a show even when we lose. I know. It's all falling apart. I get this, Frank. I can't control it. We're going to do a show. I'm going to write it. We're going to do it live, damn it. And we're going to have predictions on this time, Frank. All right, ladies and gentlemen, how many takes does it take to do a fantasy football show right? You would think like I didn't write a script for this or something. Regardless, thank you, BC Boys. It is Sabotage. It's absolutely been Sabotage. So thank you for being here. Thank you, Joe, my Players Association Union Representative President, for being here as well. Joe, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. There is one good thing that comes out of redoing the intro to this.
More shots of Fireball?
You get to introduce our unofficial sponsor.
That would be the one, the only, America's Cinnamon Whiskey Official, the unofficial sponsor to our show, Fireball, official sponsor to America. America.
Like 10 years ago.
Some of the best things were made in the past, Joe. Welcome, YouTube. Thank you so much. Our subscribers have soared. We've got new subscribers, and we've had a lot more views on our videos. So thank you for watching. Thanks for coming back. Joe, what should they do if they're going to...
Like, subscribe. Like, subscribe. Like, subscribe.
There we go. His catchphrase, ladies and gentlemen. With that being said, leads us to our first matchup, and that's going to be the Dirty Randys, 2-7, 8th place going into this. They lose 120.76 to 133.07 Hillier Holes, who are 5-4 coming in this matchup, 3rd place in the league. Andrew now sweeps the season series between the two.
I wish he was here. God rest his soul. He's on a plane right now because he's like one of the best friends ever.
Yeah, he doesn't even take Spirit Airlines.
Allegiant?
I would take Spirit. Mason, Prescott got you 21. Dalvin Cook got you 30.5. Tony Pollard got you 25. Below the 10-shouled players. What were you going to say, Joe?
I meant he's the best. He's the best friend ever because he came down on like a 12-hour notice when his friend needed him.
Absolutely. He's a very good friend for that show.
That's right. All right,
that's very good. Good. Thanks for saying that. Below the 10-shouled, Alvin Kamara, 6 points. He was the running back 2 for Mason. Evans, the wide receiver 1, got him 8. Chris Olave got him 5.5. He was the wide receiver 2. Kittle got him 2.5. And Young, who got him 3. Andrew, you had some studs in this game. That was Saquon Barkley, pay the man. Running back 1, 28 points. Josh Jacobs, running back 2, comeback player of the year, potentially in fantasy football, got you 21.5. Those were your only 20-point scores, though. Those are 2. You still got the win. Doesn't matter. But we're going to talk about below the 10-shouled players here. Dallas Goedert being one of them.
Oh, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Thoughts and prayers, Andrew. Thoughts and prayers. Got rid of him just in time. Graham Gano got you 7. Andrew, there's good news here. You advanced to 6-4. You are currently in 3rd place, while Mason drops to 2-8 and maintains last place. Predictions in this one. Andrew, you had... Andrew, what... I put a stupid comment in there. I can't read it, though. Andrew had Andrew, so he gets that right. Joe, who'd you have in this matchup?
I think I went Mason.
You went Andrew. You got that right.
Oh, yeah.
You got that right. And then myself, the commissioner, the Swami, got that right, ladies and gentlemen. I, too, had Andrew 1 for 1 to start. That's a good start.
Yeah.
Recap. Ooh. This leads up to our next matchup, Joe. We have Action Jacksons 2-7 in 7th place this week, going against Allergic to Playoffs 5-4, 4th place going in this matchup. They smoked them 123.65 to 104.05. Joe, you had the lowest point total of the week this week.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I had the second, so don't feel too bad. These teams split the season series a game apiece. So there you go. That's two good men right there. Button heads coming contact. Good.
Make me like closer to being a doctor because I didn't get swept by one.
If you would have swept him, it might have made you closer to a doctor.
Okay.
Joe Taylor in the flex. Jonathan Taylor in the I call him Joe Taylor just for you. Jonathan Taylor in the flex. Welcome back in parentheses. 32.5 points. Joe, as the first overall draft pick, this must have made you happy to see.
Yeah, I saw it coming all along. As soon as that center became the head coach of an NFL
football Saturday.
Yeah, as soon as he became the head coach of an NFL football team with only high school coaching experience, I knew Taylor was going to get the rock.
Outstanding. Titans defense also got you 22.5 points. However, there were some hiccups. There were a lot of hiccups for you this week.
Yeah.
Below the top on Thursday Night Football, Darrell Patterson got you 3. He was listed as your running back 1 going into this. Travis Etienne did no better for you on Sunday. He got you 9.93. He was close to 10. We could have rounded this up to 10, but it's below the potential. It's not 10 points. We don't do it. A.J. Brown, 1.2 points. Your wide receiver 2. Greg Dolce and Gabbana chick. or Greg Dole chick. Because he's Dole. 1.6. And Jason Myers got you 6 over in Germany. That is 5 players, Joe, below the potential. That's more than half the team below it. So we just want to point that out. Mahendra Tagovailoa got you 23. CeeDee Lamb got you 34.5. Below the potential for you was Miles Sanders at 7. He was your RB2. Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver 2, got you 0.0. He has 0 points scored, Joe. He almost had another one, the kicker, but he made a last-second move, so good for him. It probably wouldn't have mattered even if he didn't have the kicker. It might have been better if he didn't pick up the kicker. That would have been so much better for entertainment purposes. Joe slides to mediocrity at 5-5 in 5th place. So if the playoffs ended today,
which they don't,
you would not be in them, sir. You'd be the first one out. While Mahendra goes to 3-7, 7th place, and miraculously is still hanging aboard the playoff situation. He needs a lot of cards to fall his way, but this is how you do it. Start racking up wins. Predictions in this one. Andrew had Mahendra. That's going to be a check mark. Joe, who'd you have in this game?
You can go and put that X.
You're a very humble man, Joe. I'm going to put that X there. And your commissioner, the Swami. With the upset, I got Mahendra. That's going to be a check for Clay. Joe, tough loss, man. Tough loss. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's go ahead and welcome our unofficial sponsor back on the show. Let's do a shot of Fireball before we get into the 4 o'clock window game recap.
You crying over there?
I'm about to after reading this shit. I'm on the chase for the Hurts. 6-3 was 2nd place going into this game. Going against Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, who was 4-5 going this game, was 6th place going this game. Last matchup, ladies and gentlemen, I had dominated, decimated, obliterated. Any word you want to use to defeating an opponent, I did it. I won last game 142-79 to 64-61. I doubled his score and then some. Well, he took that personal.
You okay? It's
I'm
okay.
gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. Losing to Tuna ain't bad. It's better than losing to John, you, Andrew, or Daniel. If I had to lose to 3 people, I'd want to lose to Kumar, Mason, and Tuna.
You would want to lose to Tuna more?
Yeah, because I scored way more points than him. So even if I lose a lot of games and we end up with the same record, I have the tiebreaker.
Okay.
Bingo. Storylines: can Clay continue his 4-game winning streak going into this? I could not. Spoiler. My mage factors for me was Jalen Hurts going into this game. Last time versus. I'm reading the wrong script, Joe. Damn it. This has all gone horrible. This has been a mix-up upon errors. I am sorry. Where is my mind? Tuna, you posted the highest score of the week this week while splitting the season series. Yeah, you're something, Clay Major. Let's do the Joker clap. He splits the season series with me. We're going 1-1. Amon the Chase, though, didn't go down without a fight. I did put up the second lowest point total, even though you put up the highest. I did have a 20-point scorer in Jalen Hurts. And also, shout out to my boy, Amon Ra, because he had 19, which is close enough to 20. And since I'm a 1-point scorer, I'm going to go ahead and include it. Okay? I had 4 players below the dreaded 10-shoulder. That would be generic Henry, my running back 1 at 9 points, who I thought was my running back 1. You like that name, Joe?
Yeah, actually, that was good.
Juju, my wide receiver.
You come up with some good stuff, man.
Thanks, bro. Juju, my wide receiver 2, got me 4.3 points before he brutally got knocked out in the first quarter while we were watching that.
The F out. Good night.
Screenshot that. That was Juju, 4.3. Amari Cooper, welcome to the team. Fuck yourself. Excuse my language. 4.7 points in his debut. And then Daniel Carlson got me 2 points. That's okay. That's a kicker. It wouldn't have done me any good if he got me 20. So, yeah. Tuna, on to you. You had 2 30-point scores. Patrick Mahomes continues his MVP caliber season, getting you 34. Justin Jefferson gets you – good screenshot, Joe. Good face. Justin Jefferson, your wide receiver 1.
Did it screenshot the cap?
I didn't even write his score because it was disgusting. I kept watching that Bills game, just seeing this dude rack up catch after catch after catch was absolutely disgusting. So you had 2 20-point scores in this, Tuna. A.A. Jones, 27.05, and Devontae Adams. I have 2.26, so I think that's 26. I think he got you 26, maybe 22.6. Below the 10-shoulder, you had Robert Tonyan 1.3. Maybe you should have traded for Dallas Goedert. Maybe not, in hindsight. Your flex, DJ Moore, was 4.9 on Thursday night. And Bucker, my favorite Bucker, got you 3. Clay's 4-game win streak is snapped, sending his guys to 6-4. Second place, though, Joe. Still second. Gotta love tiebreakers. And Tuna maintains his playoff hopes at 5-5, tied for your record, 1 game out of the playoff race. You do have the tiebreaker by points totals, by a lot. But if you falter, Joe, because you know who America's fantasy football game of the week of the century game is going to be this week. Coming up. So if you falter, that game has huge ramifications for not only you, for me, but for the rest of the league. We're trendsetters.
Honestly,
yep.
if I may, as most NFL, is it Aaron Rodgers, it's Mike Evans, it's Tom Brady, Devontae Adams. I don't even know who I'm playing next week. No, was it Aaron Donald? I don't even know who I'm playing next week. Who am I playing?
I'm not even worried about next week. I'm on in Cincinnati.
I was focused this week.
Against the game you lost?
Yeah, but now it's like on to the midweek. Who am I playing? What are you
okay.
Don't tease this?
No, we're going to tease it. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in Thursday to see who is the America's
Like,
fantasy football game of the week of the century game. You can only see it here. You can only see it if you subscribe, get the notifications, listen to the man over here. He's going crazy. In this one, Joe, who did you have in this?
I don't remember.
You had Clay. You were wrong. You're 1-3 this week. Andrew had Clay. Andrew had Tuna. Little cocksucker. So he is now 3-0. Good for him. And I had Clay in this one. See, Joe, I screw myself. It works. The psychology works, I tell you. I, too, am 2-3. So I have one shot at beating Andrew here. Joe, welcome back, unofficial sponsor Fireball. Before we get into the America's Fantasy Football Game of the Week of the Century Game, let's do a shot of Fireball.
Oh, I know who I took in this one.
Yeah, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Fantasy Messiah.
That's what I took.
7-2. First place going into this game. Put up a score of 115.3 going against the Boner Pills. 5-4 in 5th place. And Boner Pills put up 128.88. John would get this win. I told you. We all knew it, but we'll get to that later. Let's break down some stats, some statistical anomalies, man. These two teams end up splitting their season series at 1 game apiece. Daniel, you had 150-point scorer. Justin, my favorite football Fields.
Yo. That running back puts up some fantasy points.
I would have told you what I would if I was, and I even thought about picking up Justin Fields 4 weeks ago. But if I was anybody in the league that didn't have Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, or Jalen Hurts, I would have picked up Justin Fields. And no, you let Daniel get him. Good job, league. Good job. 50 points for Justin Fields. No one else above 20 points. And only 3 others above 10. With the third of those 10-point players coming at 10.5. You're weak, Daniel. I told you you're weak and your season's only getting worse. Cooper Kupp's gone, buddy. He can't hold you. I'll get to that. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Below the 10-shoulder, Kupp, the aforementioned Cooper Kupp, wide receiver 1. 1.4 points and an IR injury designation later. Let's go. Let's go. Daniel could potentially miss the playoffs, and that excites me so much. That would be incredible. Absolutely incredible. Jalen Waddle, your wide receiver 2, got you 8.6. Waddle like a penguin. TJ, the incredible Hawkinson, got you 8. David Montgomery in the flex got you 6. And Ryan, what a suck up, only got you 3 over there in Germany. You see him singing Country Roads over there, Joe?
Oh, it's not just Germany.
Fun fact, every time I sing that song by myself, like a full blast on the volume, it always does bring a little tear to my eye.
It was big in Australia, too. Fun fact.
Wherever white people are, that will be a popular song. Average points per player without Justin Fields, Daniel, would have been 8.16 for 8 players. That's 64 points, right? That's 8 out of 9 of a normal fantasy team. Justin Fields contributed almost half of your fantasy points, and you start 9 people.
And you lost.
And you're trash. And not only that, Daniel, if Daniel would have played somebody like John, a normal quarterback like John did, he would have put up barely 90 points. So even with a strong QB1 performance, you barely would have put up 90 points. Your roster's trash. You're trash. I'm a little bit scorned by what he said to me, by the way. Just a simple trade shit, and then he comes back with the disrespect.
2 or 3 weeks ago. You're just holding on.
He just comes back with the disrespect, though. There's no need for that, right? You know what I'm saying? Say, hey, no, look, I look at your team. I'm fine with mine. But instead, okay. Trash roster. Jonathan, I'm going to be quick with this. Josh Allen got you 25. The gruesome twosome, Stephon Diggs, his partner, got you 21. Christian Kirk, captain.
No, blew
29.
Yeah.
29 points. Under the 10 show, though, I put RB1 because you started in the RB1 slot. I put a question mark next to that. Melvin Gordon at 9.6 points. He was under the 10 show, so clearly he's not RB1. Pat Fryermuth got you 5.6. In the flex, Claypool got you 1.3, and your kicker situation got you 4. Daniel falls to 7-3. He's still in first place by 1 game. 1 game. And there's 2 people that have scored more points than Daniel. So if either of them win next week, because they're going against ACC opponents, you'll be overthrown, Daniel, and you lose. John, you shoot up to 4th place at 6-4. You jumped Joe after his loss, upset loss, and you moved to 4th place. Predictions in this one, Joe, who'd you have?
Yeah, I didn't think that Josh Allen was going to play, so I wrote off John.
I kept telling you he was going to play.
Yeah. Did you see how stupid he was? What was the deal? Trying to punch out. What are you doing? You're an idiot. You threw the interception, and then you go and you try to punch the ball out. The same arm, what are you doing? You're an idiot.
That's a competitor, bro. That's a competitor. Idiot. That separates the Case Keenums from the Josh Allens. That's what separates the Cam Newton. Remember when Cam Newton didn't fall on a fumble in the Super Bowl? Yeah. You want that as a quarterback, or do you want a man that's going to dive on that football like it's a grenade and save his teammates?
Well, he didn't even do anything good with it.
The football season is like a deployment, and you want a man that's going to jump for you, bro. You want a man that's going to jump on a grenade for you, and that's what you want to see.
I'd kill you for a Klondike bar.
Bingo. I would catch a grenade and throw it back to you. Andrew in this one had Jonathan. Smart. So, Andrew, give me some horns. Joe, give me some air horns.
Oh, Andrew, I know what that means. Andrew, you went perfect.
You went 4-0. You went 4-0, buddy. Yeah, your first time doing predictions on YouTube, and you go 4-0. Knock it out the park. I also went 3-1 or 3-4 this week. So, Joe, you went 1-4 this week. Pathetic.
How could I go 1-4 if there's 8 teams?
Okay. So I went 3-1. You went 1-3. Andrew went 4-0.
Hey!
Which leads us into our weekly Tuesday segment after week 9 that we like to call If the Playoffs Started Today.
Which they don't.
Brought to you by Fireball. Segments. So, Joe, let's get into this.
After you. Face of defeat. Face of defeat.
That was a thick one. If the playoffs started today,
which
they don't. Thank you, Joe.
Thankfully.
The first 4 in would be, starting at the top, the 1 seed would be Daniel, the fantasy messiah, at 7-3, first place. He is number 2 in the breakdown category, which, if you don't know, reference last week's show for an anatomically correct breakdown of the proper nomenclature. He is number 4 in the coaching, and he is number 2 in the true. And the true, I can get you a score with. He is 26 in the true points. Kind of see where everybody's at here. Second, I always love getting this part.
Because it's you.
Because numbers don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. Numbers don't lie. Women lie. Men lie. Gods lie. Numbers don't. I'm on the chase for the Hurts. 6-4, currently in second place. I am number 1 in breakdown standings. I am number 2 in coaching standings. And I am number 1 in true standings at 30. That's 4 more than Daniel. Yep, you saw it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how much disrespect I have. Didn't miss a beat. Didn't miss a beat either, Daniel. You're trash. You're trash. And guess what? We're coming around, buddy. You got no Cooper Cup. And last time I beat you with Cooper Cup. Hillier Hole takes 3rd place. He is tied for 3rd in breakdown. He is number 5 in the coach standings. He is number 3, tied 3rd in the true at 24. Who is he tied with, Joe Lozier? Not you, Jonathan. Boner pills. He is 6-4, 4th place.
Yeah.
4th place. He is number 3.
Don't do it.
He's tied 3 in breakdown. He is number 3 in coaching, not tied. He is actually number 3. He's ahead of Daniel in the coaching standings. And he is tied 3rd in the true at 24 with Andrew.
I have to be last in coaching. This is brutal.
You're close. You're close.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's number 5?
The first 4 out. So if the playoffs start today,
which they don't,
they would be not in the playoffs. Starting out number 5, we have allergic to playoffs. It says it in the name, ladies and gentlemen. His name speaks for itself. He's in 5th place. He's at 5-5, 500 football squad after jumping out. My dude also went on a 4-game winning streak. He was 4-2 at one point.
Tampa.
Bay. Oh, by the way, there's also something else here that I forgot to mention. I would love to. Daniel is 7-3. Through the first 5 weeks of the season, he was 5-0. Do you know what happened week 6, Joe?
He lost.
To Clay, to break that streak. Do you know what his last 5 football games have looked like?
No.
2-3, Joe Lozier.
How does
2-3. How's what?
How does his last 3 look?
Oh, I think 1-2.
Well, you said he went 5-0.
Yes, and his other 5 have been 2-3.
Oh, because he lost you in week 6.
Yes. So I just wanted more points of the fuel that Daniel is a paper champion. Where his team has gotten him is going to backfire exponentially because he refused to make a trade at deadline. Refused. So, Joe, you are number 5 in the breakdown standings. You are number 6 in the coaching. Number 6. And you are number 6 in true. So your rating is 5, but in the true ratings, you're number 6.
So what you're saying is if I wasn't the Players Union Association representative president, you'd probably be talking shit right now?
Am I not?
Not like you could.
I know. I've learned to do it so tactfully over the years, dude, so I'd be as respectful as I can. Joe, you're in 5th place, but all other standings have you at 6 at best, which is if what you went. So you're kind of middle of the pack and breakdown. Tuna, Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, 5-5, 6th place, tied with Joe, 1 seat away from the wild card, the playoffs. He is number 6 in the breakdowns. He's number 1 in coaching, but that's because most of his bench is either injured or not filled. So therefore, in coaching, no wonder he's number one. Number 5 in true, though, ahead of Joe by 2 points at 17.
Yeah.
You know, Joe, Andrew said a quote, and we're at the 30-minute mark right now, so I got to speed this up. I'm sorry. But Andrew said a quote the other day. He said, I said, you know about Joe. The moves he made were strong and bolstered his team. And Andrew goes, nope. Joe does this every year and fucks himself with these trades. And I go, you're absolutely right, Andrew. You're absolutely right. And Sunday came, and it proved itself.
No.
You traded with Tuna last year, and you didn't even make the playoffs.
Neither did he. He didn't either.
He's like, yeah, no, it don't matter, Joe. But you do it every year. Andrew just made that a quote that he said on Sunday when we were watching the games together. So I just wanted it to be said. Ashton Jackson's, you have 7th place. You're 3-7, technically not eliminated from the playoffs. Number 7 in breakdown, number 8 in coaching, and number 7 in true, but only 8 points. Bad.
Also the only one with a newborn child.
That was like 9 months ago.
Still like a newborn.
Well, congratulations again, Kumar, for your 8-month-old baby. Congratulations. Congratulations on the baby, bro.
To me.
Very good. So Kumar could make the playoffs. A lot would have to happen. Dirty Randy's could make the playoffs. A lot would have to happen, meaning me, Andrew, and Tuna would have to lose like every single game.
And he would have to win.
And he would have to win every single game. So he's practically eliminated at this point. He's number 8 in the standings. He's number 8 in breakdown, number 8 in number 7 in coaching, number 8 in true. He only has a 5-point rating in true.
But a number 1 rating in all of our hearts.
Number 1 in everybody's hearts. Joe, that was beautifully said. That's normally one of my catchphrases. Thank you for being here. Let's thank our unofficial sponsor, Fireball, for once again joining the show. We do have to wrap this up relatively quickly. We're going to do this.
You're a man of the people, Clay. I just want to say thank you. I'm sure our fans...
Listen, leave comments how I can improve. I'll listen to them.
Now appreciate your timeliness. Like and subscribe. And subscribe.
Joe, you have been my co-host tonight. You have also been everybody's Fantasy Football Association Union Representative President. Anything you would like to say before we close out the show?
Go Bucks. Like, subscribe. Go Bucks.
And that's been the show, ladies and gentlemen. I lost last week. I suspected to be a little bit of sabotage, but you never know. Thank you for watching our show. Thank you for giving us a chance. Thank you for spending time with us. We hope you'll come back. We hope you'll listen to the recap, learn some things, and also interact. Make sure to comment. Make sure to do your thing. Joe, you and Fireball have been terrific tonight. I couldn't have asked for a better pair. Until Thursday, tune in Thursday night. We will have another show posted. That's going to be the previews, predictions, and pretentiousness / waiver wire show.
Big waiver wire. Tune in for that.
Spoiler alert, I have 0 waivers in right now. I'm a free man, baby! Woo! Joe, thanks for joining us. We're out. We're gone. It's Sabotage.